Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the 2026 Audi A6 Prestige. Huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This A6 is finished off in midnight green metallic, and along with the Sport Plus package, MSRP is just shy of $80,000. Now this is powered by the 3-liter turbocharged V6. It's paired to the 7-speed S-tronic automatic and pumps out 362 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the all-wheel drive system, where this also features all-wheel steering. It weighs in around 4,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 19.3 gallons. You'll expect to see 20 miles per gallon in the city, 29 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 115.1 inches. Its overall length is 196.8. It has a width of 73.8, a height of 57.4, and its ground clearance measures in at 4.2 inches. Now with the Prestige package and the Sport Plus package, that adds almost 10 grand worth of options, giving this a lot to offer. And hopefully you can also tell the midnight green. It looks black in the shade, but in the sunlight, you can see the green coming through, and it's a very nice color. Now up front, there's also the latest Audi badge. There's a forward camera. There's also sensors for both distance pacing and parking sensors, and then a dark housing for the LEDs with a nice intricate design. You'll notice too, there's cutouts on both sections of the bumper, where there's also some gloss black trim accent, and then some smooth lines coming down the hood. Now with the Sport Plus package, it provides it with the 21-inch wheels. There's also the red S-line brake calipers. And with that multi-spoke wheel, it's a very nice design. There's also some gloss black for the lower side skirt. It's on the mirror caps. When they are power folding, there's also the camera and a turn signal. And with the latest A6, this has a full panoramic roof. It is fixed glass, so there's no opening sunroof for the roof there. You'll notice too the flush design for the door handles. Hopefully you can see the green in the sunlight here, and there's some smooth lines that flow down the side, just giving it a very luxury look. And there's also LEDs for the lighting in the back with the connector bar. There's the backup camera, parking sensors, and then a dual exhaust system. Now as we work our way to the cargo space, you can use the control on the key fob or the release underneath, where this does have a power trunk. And for the A6, this is very spacious for your cargo. You'll notice there's a storage net on one side. There's a 12-volt on the passenger side. There's also a hook up top so you can place some bags or any items that you have. And there's also a little bit of storage under the floor. So you can lift this up where you might be able to fit some items. It's mainly for some of those electrical components, but you can fold the back seats down to give yourself that much more space. Now you can just close the trunk lid, or you can lock the vehicle. If you do lock it, you can just grab any door handle. So you just reach under, and there's an electronic release with your fingertips in there. Now this also has manual sunshades. You'll notice leather, carbon fiber, and Alcantara, along with some brushed accents. There's storage in the lower section, and this neat design on the back side of the grab handle. And then with the Napa leather seats, there's a release by the headrest in order to fold these seats flat, and that gives you an opening there, again, to place in some larger items, and they have a neat design to them as well. And then hopping in at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You'll notice there's storage nets. There's also auxiliaries and vents. You have heated seats and temperature adjustments in the lower screen, so you can activate all of that as needed, of course. And then at my height, at 5'10", even with a hat on, I have about a ½ inch or so of headroom, but I can sit upright and be comfortable. So it is going to be spacious for your backseat passengers. And they also get the armrest with cup holders, and you can fold this middle seat down individually. So if you need that to grab any items, you have the option to do that. And then you'll notice too the small cargo windows in the back here to split up this pillar and give it a thin look. Now up front, for the door panel, it has all the same materials, of course, and you'll notice too this control pad. This has lock and unlock, the headlight adjustments, mirror controls, memory seats, child lockouts, and then window controls are behind that. And then you'll notice the trunk release and some storage underneath, and then S-line on the door sill, and then a really neat design for these seats with that S badge and the bolster support. These are also massaging seats too, so there's that control, and there's also this leg support, which is manual, so you can adjust that as needed. This model also has all-weather floor mats, as you can tell. And then for the steering wheel, it has a flat top and bottom design to it with solid and perforated leather. But let's start this up and take a listen to how it sounds. And coming back to the virtual cockpit now, in order to go through this information, you can use the controls on the left side of the steering wheel. So if I push on view, you can hide away some of that information and then bring it all back. And then you have separate controls for the left side and the right side of the screen. You can scroll up and down depending on if you see that bar on the screen. So some of them are going to be fixed. And then you'll notice on the right side, you can scroll through a little bit more information. Now there's also paddle shifters too. And then on the right side, this is a heated steering wheel. There's volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, along with a favorites button. So you can set that up to your liking. On the left side, you'll notice there's some storage. There's also Alcantara, one air vent. This also features a head-up display, and you can cycle through navigation. There's a minimal display, or you can pull up your audio too. There's leather for the dash. And then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. So you can cycle through all of these split screens here, depending on what you need to view. Pull up the map in full screen, get into your phone when that's paired. You have various settings that you can adjust. There's also Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have vehicle settings that you can get into, and then you can further access the rest of those icons. You can get into your music, also pull up the favorites from the steering wheel there, and you can pull up the climate adjustments. You can also adjust the rear, which is really nice, including the heated seats, and go through the rest of those. There's temperature adjustments, heated and ventilated seat controls, and with the massaging seats, just push that control on the lower side, and that's how you can access all of that information. You'll notice too, Alcantara, along with vents underneath that. There's wireless charging and auxiliaries. There's also volume, traction control, hazards, the engine start stop, and there's also a shortcut to the different driving modes. So you have balanced, dynamic, and comfort, depending on the throttle response that you would like. There's also the engine start stop, and then a shortcut to the parking sensors, and a shortcut for some of the driving and tech features. You can pull up quite a lot of these to go through all of this information and set it up the way that you would like. So there is a lot that you can turn on and off and activate depending on what you would like to see. Let's put this into reverse now, where there's the backup camera and top-down view. You can also expand that to full screen, and then on this left side, you can get into some of these shortcuts here to see around the vehicle. So it's very helpful. If I put it into drive now, we can also get into the forward angle, and then on this left side, there's parallel parking, and then you have the sensors and volume, so you can adjust that. The e-brake is also park. Now there's two cup holders. There's also some storage in the armrest, and it is adjustable, so you can stop it here and then bring it all the way back up and close it. There's a locking glove box. And then for the Prestige, this comes with the passenger screen. So you have a lot of information that you can go through. This left side is going to be fixed, so very similar to the infotainment system. And you can quickly go through all this information, even shut that screen off if you would like to. But it's neat that you can at least cycle through some of this and gain access, since the infotainment is curved slightly towards the driver. There's the rear view up top, and then dome lights and controls for the sunshade, because you do have basically a sunshade to open and close within the glass. So you can go back or forth to let the light in or to block it. So you have a few different ways that you can do that, which is pretty neat. And then here's a look at visibility over both shoulders. You have quite a lot of glass, so it's very easy to see. As we sat up behind the wheel for the new A6, I have been able to check this out before, so I wanted to review another one to go over some of the comments from the previous review. Two of the main concerns basically were the fixed glass up top and the passenger screen. So let's start off with the moonroof here. I think it's definitely neat. I think it's cool that you don't have to wait for the entire sunshade to take 8 to 10 seconds to open or close. You can just quickly push a button here and go through all of that. I think that is really cool technology to see. With it not opening, however, I think that would be a nice addition, maybe an option for those that would like that. Personally, I have two vehicles that I could not spec without a sunroof, and I have not opened them once. So I know there's other people out there that could probably care less about the sunroof, to be honest. I think this is a really good blend between it, but it would be nice to see an option for those that would like to have that open for those situations. Now for the passenger screen, I also think that is some cool technology. I don't know how often that would be used, to be honest, because it's pretty easy to go through the infotainment system here, but again, neat technology to see for a vehicle. That is also an option though, so you don't have to get that screen if you go with a lower trim level. Without the screen, you have a giant gloss black trim piece. And so I think that would be cool to see an option to just either not have it or have something else to make it look a little bit nicer without having the screen. Aside from those two things, I think the rest of the car is fantastic. I really like how it rides and drives. I like the seating position, especially with the bolster support. These are a pretty aggressive daily driving sporty seat. It's very easy to enter and exit, of course, but it definitely gives you grip where you could take this on some back roads and just feel very planted in this seat. And then as far as an Audi goes, it's very quiet. This is something that you can rack up the miles on, have a very comfortable and quiet daily driver. With the A6 here, it's on that luxury side, so not really performance oriented, even though we have a good bit of power for it. But let's go ahead and put it into dynamic, and then we can use the paddle shifter since we have that S-tronic transmission as we take it around a turn too. Not all that loud, but it can handle these turns well. So while it doesn't have the true performance, it has some handling characteristics where you could take it on some long drives, you could go on some back roads and just have confidence going around some of the turns and have a little bit of sporty fun with this, even though it's not an S or an RS model. And still in dynamic from second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration, we're up to speed, so this has a lot more potential, of course, but even with that acceleration, the shifting is very quick. So that is nice to see, to give you some of those performance features for this luxury sedan. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest A6. Definitely a nice design. I will say, maybe some other people aren't a huge fan of the flat top bottom design for the steering wheel, or the flat top design for the steering wheel. I think it looks really good. It gives you more visibility to be able to see the head-up display, and it does block a little bit of the top of the gauge cluster there, but it's not really that much to make it significant. But it does give it a neat design, and it has a good feel as well on both sides. Now at 5'10" for the front seats, I have about 2.5 inches or so of headroom. With this height adjustable seat, I can go down to maybe 4.5 inches. So you can be much taller than me and fit comfortably in the seat. And of course, you can also turn on the massaging seats from the controls on the side. So you can easily get through all this information, and that just makes it a lot more comfortable, especially if you're going on a long cruise. I'm not sure if they would time out. In my BMW X5, I have massaging seats. After about a half hour, they will shut off and you do have to restart it. So it might be similar for these seats here. But I think it's a great layout. This large screen sticks up a little bit high, but I think it's still a good design within the dash nonetheless. And we have some fantastic materials. Now for the pricing too, I think it's definitely on par with the competition. And again, you don't have to go with this top trim line if you're not looking to spend this much money. And then with the all-wheel steering, this is very easy to maneuver. It's a long vehicle, but we were easily able to do that turnaround. And it's not loud either, but it's definitely quick, which is nice for this luxury sedan. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Audi A6 Prestige. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.